Today we're going to talk about Bowdrill fires. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, PA Outdoors here. Thanks for tuning in. So today we're going to talk about Bowdrill fires and the method of making a fire with a bow drill. What you need, and going to kind of walk you through how to do it. There's two main parts to being successful making a fire using a bow drill. One is technique, and the other one is materials. So you've obviously got to have the right technique and the right materials. So let's separate those two. Let's work on technique. So how do I go about doing a bow drill fire, and if I'm unsuccessful, how do I know whether it's my material or my technique? Well, the easiest way I found is buy a pre-made bow drill set. It does sound a little silly. You can go out in the woods and you can find material. Material out in the woods is free. But if you really want to be able to separate whether the material is a problem or your technique is a problem, you buy a kit where you know the materials will work. And that's what I have here. This is a kit from 4 Directions Bushcraft. It is actually made by a gentleman named Mike Parker. It's called the Mike Parker Bow Drill Set. And I think it's in the neighborhood of 20 bucks. But what you get is and obviously I've been using these, you get 2 hearth boards, two spindles, some paracord, and what I prefer to use is bank line. And you get a bearing block. The spindles and the hearth boards are made out of basswood. Basswood is a very soft, I don't think it's technically hardwood, but it's not like a pine, so there's no resin in it. Again, very soft. Like I said, both materials. So using basswood, you don't have to build up quite as much heat as if you were using another type of material. And there are lots of materials you can use. Obviously basswood, tulip poplar, cottonwood, cedar. There's lots of materials. Tend to stay away from pine because the resin content actually will actually kind of cool the friction, and it just makes it a lot harder. I've used poplar, cedar, and of course basswood here. Now the bearing block needs to be some sort of hardwood. And in their kits, the bearing block is a sage orange, a very, very hard wood, and it just works great. It doesn't really wear out, and you can see I've made, well, the kit comes with 2 already burned out holes in it, and the spindles are also been burned, so basically you know that the kit has been tested and it works. So I've made 4 fires with this, and I've had no issues making them at all, except one where I really, really screwed up cutting out the notch, but that's a totally different story. So yeah, the only thing you need to supply with this is the bow itself, and that can be any branch that you find, out in the woods. So you get 2 types of line to string your bow and everything else that you need. So what this kit does is this takes out the potential of your failure being because the material. So then you can strictly focus on your technique. Pressure on the spindle, speed at which you're running the bow, what to look for, how to cut your notch, those sorts of things. So let's get out in the woods and get this done. burning. Don't put the spindle on the ground, as the ground might be damp. And cut the notch, right back. Alright, I got my notch cut. There it is. I got a leaf down to catch the ember. Hand kind of locked in there, and let's see. Slow, long strokes. Not a whole lot of pressure at this point. Okay, starting to see some smoke. Time to speed up. Alright, just let it sit there, let it grow. It's smoking on its own, that's a good sign. Spindle off the ground just in case this didn't take. Let that ember kind of grow. Show it some love. Looks like we got an ember there. Well, you can see that. I got my tinder bundle. There you go. I hope that made it all on camera. Alright, so there you go, guys. That Bowdrill Fire was made with this exact kit. Like I said, the only thing I found was the bird's nest material, which was mostly cedar bark. There was a bit of jute twine in the very center of it. And obviously the bow, the bow I found just out in the woods. So there you go. You do something like this, and you can focus on technique, and then you're not frustrated wondering why it's not working. That's what I've got for you today. Please like, share, comment on this video, subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate that. Stay tuned for some upcoming videos. I've got the Walmart overnighter. That's all done. That was a pretty fun experience. We'll be putting that video up here in a short while. And get outdoors, enjoy yourself, but remember, be safe out there. Thanks for watching.